welcome. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell, share the show. This is Joey. Let's get started. This is going to actually be a quick one because I don't really care too much for this. I just wanted to point out a rare opportunity. But it's not even rare, but I just want to point out an opportunity when it comes up. You notice when Black Americans say the simple, should be non-controversial, self-reflective thing that's actually in agreement with what they've been saying, that we're not them. When Black Americans delineate, when Black Americans simply just say we're Black Americans, our representation, our identity is not Africans. We're not freshly here. We've been here since here was here. When we say those simple things with no intended insult or venom towards groups that wouldn't fit in that category. When we say that, Africans, Caribbeans, Black immigrants respond to that with accusations of xenophobia, which is weird, and hatred, and you're trying to separate yourself and you think you're better, and this is divisive. This is divisive. This is hate speech. Why do you not like Africa? Why do you not like yourself? We need to unify. There's all this talk of unity. We're all in this together. The only difference between you and me is where they drop the boats off at. And, oh, come on, man. If a policeman saw me or you, they wouldn't know the difference. And they call us all nigger and all this stuff, right? There's all this talks of unity, and shame on Black America. You should be unifying. You're being divisive. But when a Haitian woman comes on a Black American show and openly comes in banging and calls everybody dirty Black Americans, right? And stood on it, wanted to confront people about it. And judging from her accent, I would say that she's freshly over here from Haiti. She's not some Haitian American that's never been to Haiti, but she's the first, second, third generation, whatever. This is somebody who is fresh off the boat, freshly immigrated from Haiti, that's over here on a program, right? She came in here saying dirty Black Americans. You notice all the unifiers are nowhere to be found? You notice that? Wouldn't this be divisive talk? Wouldn't this be trying to divide us? Isn't this xenophobic hate speech? Where's all the unifier talk? Where's all the pajama wearing Pan-Africans? Where's Dr. Umar? I want you to notice that, because this happens every single time. I don't point it out. You notice every single time a Black American just simply says, and again, it's an agreement. You guys been saying you ain't African, you ain't African, you ain't African. The second a Black American says, yeah, you know what? Yeah, we're not really African like that. We're Black American, We don't call you no booty scratchers. No, just say we're Black Americans. The second we say that, oh, you are divisive. But when a Haitian woman come in and say that, you don't see these exact same people. They don't say shit. Usually it's kind of a snicker. You got a Jamaican woman making some weird ass video. First of all, shame on Michael Bennett. I didn't even know you was involved in this, bro. You out there making Captain Do-Rag, my nigga, like on the Disney Channel, bro. Not on like BET or UPN or on the internet where it's something amongst us and we can joke with us. You know what I'm saying? On the Disney Channel for white folks to snicker and have cover fire on. And Michael Bennett's a Black dude who's usually pretty socially aware on Black issues. From the other things I've seen him and his brother say, so I don't really know where he's on with that. But the Jamaican woman who created it, see, where there's smoke, there's fire with this shit. When you catch somebody doing some weird shit, chances are they doing some weirder shit, right? Check out them files, right? You thought it was one thing and it was that plus whoa, right? We check on her with this weird ass Captain Do-Rag cartoon, which already gave us a you know, a little eyebrow. We check her files. This broad got some weird ass Jamaican coon wet dream fantasy movie about sacrificing black Americans. Oh my God. This movie should almost be called Tethers the Movie. She made a Tether terror tale. Like, she gave away the game plan. She made a movie about black American tourists at a Jamaican resort. And the Jamaicans, which she's Jamaican, they must hate the black Americans so bad that they end up killing and sacrificing this black American person so that the Jamaican lands, his blood can heal the Jamaican lands, and Jamaicans and white people can live together in harmony. Now, if that don't sound like Tethers the Movie, I don't know what is, right? That's more of a Tether movie than the movie Get Out, Us. Shit, when you think about it, that used to be the perfect tether tale, but this one takes the cake, and it's made by an authentic tether. Wanting to siphon the life force and identity of a black American so that you can heal and get next to white people. That's the mission statement of tetherology. That is the definition of tetherism. Like, if you're looking at like a Michelangelo's picture of like the anatomy of a tether, like with the little arms going in 3 different positions and shit, like the quintessential anatomy scientifically of a tether. There you go right there. And look at all the unifying, let our powers combine Captain Pan Africa Planet niggas that are so motherfucking quiet right now. Because they don't necessarily disagree with those notions, because a lot of them be tethers. But even the ones that be black Americans, they know it's a tether game. This is why they only trip when you aren't about unity. The whole goal is this is like having somebody live with you that uses your car. These niggas are hobo diasporans is what these niggas really are. If we was really gonna call tethers exactly what they are, bro, they're hobo diasporans. My kids got me saying bro. At least it ain't nigga, because I say that a lot too. But anyway, nigga, what you gotta understand with these tethers is that the real goal is not unity. I told you episodes ago. It's like that movie, The Thing. They want to assimilate, absorb you. They're just calling it unity so it sounds friendly. They're trying to pull the colonizer move on us. They're trying. Pan-Africanism is a tether's way of coming off that colonial boat with missionaries and Bibles and fun and games. It's their way of playing that game with us. That's what Pan-Africanism has been. It's been a slow, silent invasion. But every now and then, one of their true intentions come out. And I don't look at this woman with any kind of vitriol, this ugly looking ass Haitian woman. I don't look at her with any kind of vitriol. First of all, if you're from Haiti, calling black Americans dirty while your people was at home eating dirt is fucking wild, right? But you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever, right? But I don't have no vitriol towards her because she's coming out in the front talking her shit. What I always look at, just like on the internet, when someone says some super duper racist shit about black Americans, I don't give a fuck what they say. I know he's sitting there mad because a nigga took his girl or something. I look at all the comments, likes, and retweets, and I go down them lists and see if I see anybody I know. I look for patterns. This thing got to the top of my algorithm for a reason. That means a lot of white folks agreed with that shit. I look to see if he's getting ratioed in the comments. Where are all the Pan-Africanists all of a sudden to denounce this shit? I like when white folks do that, when they make you denounce a motherfucker. Like, do you denounce Louis Farrakhan? Like, just where are all the Pan-Africanists that are going to denounce this the way they jump out whenever Tariq says something they don't like, or a black American just calls himself a black American rather than being an African? Where are all the Pan-Africanists, specifically the Pan-Africanists and the same people that be talking about we're divisive? Matter of fact, where are all the Africans that be saying we're divisive to denounce this? Where are the Haitians? You was just begging us to help y'all out a couple months ago. Matter of fact, hold up, time out. 2 + 2 is what? If she still got her little Haitian accent. I think it's time for someone to call a side-eye on that. Make sure make sure her paperwork is, just to make sure. Because that's a little weird because, remember what I said before. Like, everything's coming to fruition. This whole series, I told y'all, was about black politics, and you can't talk black politics without coons, and you can't talk coons without tethers. Tethers are like the T-1000 of coons. Tethers are so bad, they're displacing our homegrown coons. Think about that. Think about how hard Terry Crews has been working all his life, popping his pecs and dancing for white people and being a big buff jigaboo nigga. And then you got somebody like Emmanuel Acho from Nigeria coming in cooning 3 times as hard for half the price, right? Over cooning. Even coons have a line, right? Usually, generally speaking, homebred American coons kind of stop at like little kids and stuff. Like, they're not going to co-sign that coonery. You know what I mean? I've even seen Larry Elders hit the brakes. Like, whoa, hold on, I'm a classic coon. But these new coons are just off the Richter. They'll do anything. Look at Nicki Minaj. Like, that's a perfect example. Snoop, who's a black American, he's getting criticized for just performance cooning. He's just out there performing at the president's ball, doing his music. He ain't out there endorsing Trump. He's just doing it like he's an entertainer. He got invited to perform. He get up out of there. Everybody's fuck you, Snoop. He sold out, man. So white people telling a nigga he sold out. Nicki Minaj, full blown. She's from Trinidad. Full blown red alarm cooning. Doing speeches with the Republicans and shit. Just doing speeches with these white folks in general. But with the Republicans, co-signing anti-black shit. Like, they'll always coon harder. They don't live here. They have no stops to their cooning. Which brings me back to my point. The last time we saw Haitians, them niggas was and this was in 2024. Them niggas was literally getting chased by white folks in Texas on horseback with them long Wyatt Earp coats and shit and their best cowboy. Ooh, white folks couldn't wait. White folks couldn't wait to get dressed and do it old school and literally brought whips and chains. Whips and fucking chains for these Haitians. It was the Texas Rangers. I know they was happy as shit to do that job. I bet there were Texas Rangers that day that was off that day and volunteered. I bet they heard all kinds of Western music when they was saddled up to go whip them niggers to get them out of there, send them back to Haiti. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah! I know they was happy. Go back and look at them pictures, man. I'm going to try to put a picture up if I'm not lazy, man. You know I'll be lazy, but oh my God. I ain't trying to laugh at this lady, but since we cook it today, baby. Don't play with me today. It's impromptu. Thank you for listening. Hey, man. The Texas Rangers was so happy to come out there with the fucking coats. I don't even think half of them had guns. They was leaving so fast to get. I want to know how that phone call came in. I want to know how that phone call came in, man, because the Texas Rangers ain't coming out there like that for regular niggas, but they're going to call the regular sheriff department and the police to deal with regular nigga stuff. I wonder how that call. 911 emergency. Yeah, I'd like to. There's some weird occurrences happening over here on the coast over here by the Gulf. What's going on? They got some black people. It's a lot of them, and they're. So what are they doing? They're eating through the trash, and they're picking up people's cats. And sir, calm down. Sir, are they dressed fresh? Look at their feet. Okay, sir, do you see any Jordans? No, no. Are they wearing anything that looks like they're nice to maybe doing too much? Is there any jewelry? No, no. They actually look really disheveled. I can't say that they're homeless, but sir, be very calm. Okay. Can you get close to one? I don't want to get too close. Yeah. Oh, okay. Are they musty? Yeah. Oh, okay. Maybe Africans. No, no. The Africans here are well-to-do. Sir, look at their hair. Okay. How are their hairlines? Ooh. They haven't got haircuts. Oh my God. Are they speaking French? Yeah, those are Haitians. Hit the alarm. We got them, Biller. Oh, I know that. They rode in on horseback. Horseback. With real whips and chains and ropes. Look at them pictures. They all looked happy as shit. It looked like a commercial for slavery. It looked like, we're back. The South has risen again. It was every type of dude. Because you think about it, man, you in Texas. There's plenty of different police forces to join. You got to be a certain type of white dude to want to join the Texas Rangers. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a certain type of, that's as Texan as you can get. That's as Texan as you can get. You got to be a certain type of person to want to join the Texas Rangers. And everybody you saw on the Texas Rangers looked as Texas Rangery as a Texas Ranger could Texas Ranger. Like exactly what you picture in your mind. Like the old timer that works at the gun range, the big Wolford Brimley must, all the shit you would expect. Young dudes look like they're gonna be that guy when they get older, but they're doing it now. Like every Kevin Costner character, wider, all them dudes looking like they're having the time of their life, whipping the shit out of them Haitians and getting them to get the hell out of here, right? So how in the hell is she over here with a French accent? I keep referencing a lot of my old episodes, and I'm bad at this because I actually named them just so I could remember them and send them to you. But one I do remember that'll hint to this is one that was called A Plague of Snitches. Remember I told you we got to quit just characterizing all immigrants as immigrants. There's different kinds of immigrants that be over here. And a lot of the immigrants that we encounter are usually refugee immigrants. We brought them over here because something's going on in their country. We brought them over here because something's going on in their country. And for whatever reason, our country feels indebted or is allied with their country. We got some kind of political thing going on. So we're doing the nice country thing. We're letting some of your kids stay at our house for a little bit. That's a low-level refugee. That's above only the illegal immigrant that snuck his ass over here and got to get asylum or something. It's one step above asylum. And what do we know about Haitians? Haitians are not on the asylum refugee list. America don't give a fuck about Haiti. America don't give a fuck about Haiti. America don't give so much of a fuck about Haiti that it's a bipartisan don't give a fuck. Donald Trump don't give a fuck about Haiti, call it a shithole. And Joe Biden, one of the last things he was able to fumble around in his mealy mind before he tipped off to wherever he went to, when they asked him about the Haitian president had just been assassinated, we didn't even take them in. The Haitian president had just been assassinated. It was a few months removed after that. He didn't give a shit. He stood on that. And then those Haitians got rounded up in the Texas border. And he flat out said, I could give two. He made an eloquent analogy to how little of a shit he gave about Haiti. He was like, I could care as much about Haiti as I could care about what's going on in Iceland or some shit. Like, he's like, I could give a flying fuck about Haiti. As an answered response to them asking him about the recent events in Haiti, and in light of those Haitians, like they were setting it up for him to say, hey man, they just lost their leadership. Are you gonna, they got all these gangs roaming around, they're fighting with hell, we're implicated in being involved. And now we got these refugees. He was like, don't you even say refugee, because them niggas ain't getting refuge here. Only Haitian Fugees are here. Lauryn Hill, Wyclef, and Pras. Nigga. The rest of you niggas is going back to Port-au-Prince. Nigga, fuck the rest. Oh, nope. He shut that shit down immediately. And that was the left wing. And again, like I just said, I don't just watch what people say. I watch who listens to them. You notice, didn't a single liberal, all that immigrants and you Latinos and immigrants, they didn't say shit when he said that. They were like, oh, that's so mean. Oh, you have to say it like that. No one stood up on the left. And niggas was cracking up on the right. The right was laughing like Marshawn Lynch in Pete Carroll's face at the Super Bowl when we lost. It was a bipartisan fuck the Haitians. So again, a plague of snitches. How did she get here speaking all kinds of talking about dirty African Americans, right? That sounds like somebody is on plague of snitches. I told you. Bottom row, illegal aliens. You snuck in here. You can get caught, get sent back. Maybe you can get asylum if you're lucky. One level above that, refugee. We're friendly to your country for whatever reason for right now, so we're going to let some of your people stay for a little bit. Maybe you might become citizens, but you ain't got no power or no money over here. Level 3, you or your people were strategic assets over there. Spies and sellouts in your country that we work with, that our intelligence agencies work with. And we'll let you come over here. You or your family is some elite from over there that was selling your country out. Because it's really just a racket that we're working over in your country. And you was doing good, or your people was doing good helping us out do that. And when shit fell apart, you got to come over here. Like the Koreans, like all the South Koreans. And the highest height is you're a foreign national. Our country's got business together. You're a super elite business tycoon coming over here, we're related in relation to the business we're doing directly with your country's government. So you're low key considered like a government official over there and over here. You're like a villain from Lethal Weapon. You got diplomatic immunity and shit. You're the top dog immigrant. Oh, I'm missing one. One rung underneath that is the H-1B1 immigrant. You're here from some kind of work thing. You're useful to the country. You can't be like deported like that. You know what I'm saying? You can talk a little shit. You come in here making good money, but you are a hamster in a cage. The second your H-1B1 status run out, you're going to lose that job. It's not because you're smarter, but the top of the top is the foreign national. She ain't no foreign national. She ain't no H-1B1 because we don't have no H-1B1 program with Haiti. They're not looking for Haiti to program shit. Let's program dirt cakes. But it sounds like somebody's people was some snitches over there in Haiti. Sound like if Barbecue hollered at her or her people, something wouldn't be going on. Sound like somebody over there is feeling real comfortable in a snitch position. I think some background search should be made on her. Let's not just be offended at what she said. Let's study who she is. See, a lot of these little foreigners and stuff, a lot of these foreign blacks, we got to keep it honest. We got to keep it real. It's not nothing hate, but let's just look at the stats here real quick. When you get some crazy black American male saying some evil, hateful, violent, destructive shit about black women, it's very, very easy to say black men, this, that, third. When you get some crazy black woman saying some shit about black American men, we say, oh, look at this evil woman, look at this bitch. We say all that crazy shit, right? But when we start seeing a pattern, you don't really see no patterns of black Americans talking about wanting to kill and wanting to do. And niggas at worst will clown y'all hairlines and clown how y'all dress or something, and we gotta go back and forth. You've never been that serious, to be honest with you. We've been taking all that shit that serious. You guys, even calling it a diaspora war, you niggas ain't busting no motherfucking great. Get out of here. Like, but when you start hearing these people, once it just became us delineating We ain't vouching for you no more. You're not solid, right? Black folks did them like, black folks took their chain, like Lauren London. Like T.I. did Lauren London, ATL. Just boom. Nah, you ain't really from over here no more. Get out of here. You're perpetrating. Once black people did that and it exposed them to white people, like I've told you in numerous episodes, once they got exposed that they don't got no connection with us, that we don't got their back, that we did them like Batman in the train did Ra's al Ghul. Nigga, I ain't got to kill you, but I ain't got to protect you neither. Nigga, dip. Please let it be known. It's known where I'm from when dealing with women or whatever. If you ain't my baby's mama, and we ain't together, but we respect each other. If you ain't my baby's mom, girl, if we're on a date, we're on a trip or something, I am known to leave a chick if she's tripping. I'm not going to get caught up on no charges messing with you, and you out here violating and acting wild, because that's what people want you to do. If you start tripping, I start dipping. Ninja vanish. And that's exactly what black folks do. Okay, cool. Niggas ain't shit. Black Americans ain't this. Black Americans ain't got no culture. Black Americans, cool, dipped. Now look at you. You out here freezing in that Shein coat, huh? Dusty. Real cold. And when that happened, all these foreigners, all these tethers did what tethers do when they realize the jig is up and they exposed. They start letting you know now how they really feel as they're going down the drain. Look at that. Somalians getting ganked up out in the streets. Amdishu, any last words before we ship you on this thing back to Djibouti? Fuck you, Black Americans. It's a bunch of white dudes and Mexicans gaffing you up, nigga. It's ICE, bro. There's not a single Black American in sight. You get on camera, all you can say is talk about Black Americans. They're either begging for help or talking shit because we're not helping every single time. Because like I said, we're the barometer. People have felt all this time. The thing that's kept them going is at least I'm not a nigger. Oh, you're not only a nigger, but like I told y'all before, it's the Nick Nolte law. Hotel Rwanda. You're not even a nigger. You were finding out. You were finding out that, see, this is the difference between staying on your homeland and fighting and fleeing. If you can flee, they can flee you. If you flee, you are a flea, and fleas get flicked, right? Yeah, we in this soil. We in this soil. Look, we the only niggas that people know when one of us turn up. Look, there's a black man found lynched. I don't know where. It was very recent. I don't have to date the show. There's another black man that they said, I don't know if it's AI. See, we got to figure out if it's AI or not. That there's another black man they shot in cold blood, I believe, in Louisiana. Now the nation's trembling. Look at all the shit they've been doing all year. They've been beating up the Mexicans. ICE come out here gangbanging on the Mexicans, got away with it. Ain't no one saying nothing. The Mexicans didn't really stand it. They had their little flags out for a minute and they just went back home and got deported and punked out. They didn't do shit. The liberals out there, well, fuck ICE, we're gonna fight ICE. ICE came in shooting people and shit. The liberals got quiet. White folks getting killed, they're not doing shit. The white right was feeling good because it was the white left, and then the white left them dropped them Epstein files and showed that the white right worked for some demons, and all them conspiracy theories they've been loving on the Rogan show were true, and they ain't did shit because ain't shit gonna happen, and they ain't doing shit about it. Openly talking about how y'all get used in the whole system. You, white folks, white men on the right, you getting played like some suckers. Killed your boy Charlie Kirk, all in the paperwork. You ain't gonna do shit. Just like the whites on the left. Congress is just carrying on like normal. They're like, yeah, we're still not gonna raise them taxes back up. We're gonna do what we want. Like it's just back to work, like everything's normal. But some niggas turned up dead. I'm looking right now on the news, they trembling. Because they know what's finna happen when that spreads around the black community. See, black folks like, why ain't nobody protesting? It ain't really got it right. You saying why ain't nobody protesting and sharing the story, that's getting it out to black people. When that spreads out to niggas, it's gonna be stand aside, watch professionals. They know what the fuck is up, but they're still paying for shit that happened after that George Floyd shit. a consistent brand of quality. Black American riots. Brought to you like niggas been outdoing each other generationally. You don't know what the fuck niggas might do. That's them saying it, not me. And they ain't talking about no damn Haitians. So how is she over here comfortable knowing America's relationship with Haiti and being a recently brought over here as Haitian? Sounds like somebody's family is some snitches. Sounds like if she was back over in Haiti right now, she wouldn't be with the Haitians that's going through it. I joke about the eating dirt, which is true, but those are the Haitians going through it. There's a small sector, modern day Duvalier ass Haitians over there that been selling their people out. Because you know how a conqueror gonna do. They don't got time to be down there in their conquered lands commingling with the peasants and shit. They're gonna be in Haiti. They're gonna have some sellout blacks, some warlords, some whatever, working up top, being strongmen, running shit. It wasn't some Haitians that killed that Haitian leader, by the way. So there was a reason he got removed. Let's keep it real. And he was sold out by his own guy that was right next to him and set him up. You don't know who she's related to. You notice when these things happen, we got this whole story about what she said. They keep saying Haitian girl said this, Haitian girl said that, What's her name? What's her background? You went on the air and put your face on it and stood on some comments, and we don't even know who you are. You can't be anonymous in real life. You went on a TV show. You went on a podcast. And it was funny because she looked like she stank. Like, let's be honest, as black people, the second you seen her walk up, before you even heard what she said, in the back of your mind, you were thinking she looked like she stank. Like she looked like her butt stank. But really ask yourself that. How are you as a Haitian knowing that America ain't never really rocked with Haiti like that? America ain't never really rocked with Haiti like that. You a fresh accent having ass Haitian. Meaning you didn't got travel. You didn't pass the coon. See, that's something we got to also start to acknowledge with these tethers, right? Like that's one thing politically. I've always advocated for us taking over the black area politically. We got too many HBCU coons. We got too many Congressional Black Caucus coons. It's just too coonified. And coonery is like a fungal weakness that makes you susceptible to tetherism. And now these tethers, we don't have no checks and balances. What do they always tell you when you're trying to have a tether exorcism on one of these guys and you're trying to, get them to act right, straighten up and fly right, and they start admitting that they're on some bullshit? What's the first thing they do as a bailout? When all other dodges are lost, they got to keep it real. Well, I'm sorry, you got me. The power of coons is so strong. The white man tells us not to talk to you when we get here in immigration. Okay, whoa, time out. Let's explore that, right? Because we got to keep it real. That's kind of a misnomer. Like that's not true. White folks don't sit there in their training courses giving you videotapes. Because you notice they never show you this stuff. White folks don't sit there in their training courses and their videotapes and, watch out, people. And it's like a black American. He's got his hat on backwards with all the gang bandana colors and he stealing people's purses and shit. Oh, no, why don't you just get a job? Because I'm a black American. I'm lazy. I don't know my culture. And he's just running with all the purses and then dunks a basketball and runs. Like, that's not the training video in immigration. They don't tell you stay away from those Akata. What happens is they come over here to America, right? And the white folks in the immigration offices actually low-key be talking black Americans up. And they get super jealous. They tell these Africans when they come over here, like this is what really happens. These immigration offices Who do you think you're going to use to a bunch of African or black immigrants to show them if these niggas can make it, anybody can make it in America? Niggas are the selling ticket to America. When you see Floyd Mayweather's and Michael Jordan's and shit and all these rappers and shit, these successful black people, these niggas inventing shit and doing shit on TV, stunting. You see a black president and shit, a black first lady in America, that lets you know, hey, look, I don't give a fuck what you come here fleeing from. If these niggas can make it from what they came from, they beat us. We're white supremacists. We did everything to hold these niggas down. And damn it, would you believe this nigga's the NBA champ? This nigga that invented root beer or some shit. So I don't care whatever civil war you had over in Mfufu land. You better get it cracking and make it happen over here, because these black Americans are stunting on you niggas. And cut and fix that damn hairline. So they come in here not told to stay away from us. See, white folks used to tell them back in the day, we took all the good ones. we are proud of it. No, we just did. You niggas we left behind. We took all the like you think about this logically from a business standpoint. Like slavery was a horrible thing, but think about this from a business standpoint. If you're in the business of buying niggers, right? Wouldn't you want the best niggers? Wouldn't you want the best niggas if you're gonna buy niggas, right? Don't you want the best of whatever you buy? This is why, and this is the real reason why a lot of Africans get mad. Like let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real. White folks was buying slaves up until a certain particular point from Africans, at which some point white folks decided to stop buying slaves and start breeding slaves that they already had. What do you think would make them all of a sudden start doing that? And remember, that's when Africans started trying to fight with Europeans over slavery. That's why Europeans always get to clown them and go, there are more British ships in the seas that fought to end slavery with you Africans. They're technically not lying. They were trying to end the slave trade because they were like, we got enough, sorry. Why do you think they had insurance on the slaves they had? Because those were the good, valuable slaves that had skills and shit. The Africans they left behind were the only thing the niggas knew how to do was catch slaves at that point. They built their whole economy. That's what brought their economy down. You sold all your quality fucking people. When you sell all your quality people, what do you have? It happens today in modern time. When you're in a war zone, all the people leave that can afford to leave or that can have connections to get out. All the good, best and brightest people, they all pack up out of there. And what are you left with? The proletarians, niggas, the poor niggas, the niggas that don't know shit, the uneducated. That gets left behind. That happens today in modern times. So what do you think is happening when a bunch of dumbass elite niggas just sell all their good people? There's documentation of it. Go look at the letters from the king of the Congo. That's literally what he's talking about. He was like, he sold too many of his people. My dad used to tell me about this. This dumbass sold all his best. And first he sold all his engineers and his architects and his artists and his farmers and all kinds of shit. Because they weren't just getting people to work on a farm. That's another lie. He sold his whole society for a quick buck. Then when they kept coming back for more and more, he started selling his soldiers and shit. Then he started trying to sell regular people. And at some point when he was like, man, he was writing back to the Europeans. Hey, man, you guys are coming up here grabbing people now, kidnapping people and shit, paying my guys to kidnap my guys. Like, damn, it's empty out here. Then they came and cooked his ass and got him and sent him off to Brazil or some shit. There was a point in time where once white people got all the placed all the best and brightest to fill Jamaica and Haiti, and best and brightest to fill Brazil and fill America and fill the Caribbean. Once they got all them best and brightest, they started looking at them African kings and going, nah, we're good. We're good. Start looking at the memoirs. They started saying towards the end, they started getting unruly niggas. That's bad for business. Like, it's proud. We say, oh, yeah, they fought, they knocked the slave ship down. But even if they died, that's pride. That's cool. That's bad for business if you're the white guy. Let's just breed the ones we got in all these islands and in Brazil and in America. That was the plan. There wasn't Indian slavery trading on the boats because there was no moral reason. It was bad business. These insurance companies would have went under. And you had white folks, as white folks do, hustling, sinking ships on purpose, getting a bunch of sick and slow-minded slaves and shit and sinking the whole ship and then claiming an insurance policy. You watch the Crime Network, you know how they do. Some wild times. White folks just been having a ball for like a millennia. And it's wrapping up. It's going to be weird. But all these people, once they got us, they was good. So I say all that to say this. I don't get upset by what she says. I remember there was a African lady. I actually ended up getting on a chat with her one time and cooking her. Some African lady. She was like, we just want you guys to pay your money when you come to Africa and go. Just invest in us and go. I was like, bet. I actually ended up respecting her until I found out she was actually in the UK, which is weird. But I respected that she was just straight up like, we're just fucking with you for business. We ain't really doing this year return shit. We don't really mean that. This is about the money. Okay, cool. Now that you're telling me that, I know you're honest. And if the money's right, let's go all night. Right? We ain't got to be friends. We ain't got to be no damn friends. I respect that before I respect the person. My brother. Oh, hey, my brother. Oh, you taste so divine. I don't want to hear all that shit. That's the nigga that'll shank you. Even in America. Nigga call me nigga. Hey, dude, come here. Okay. But a nigga, hey, king, I don't trust that nigga. He's got negative intentions for me. He's trying to set me up for the fall. That nigga's always disingenuous. That's that Grand Rising ass nigga. Hey, king, how you doing? All right, nigga, you trying to sell me something? You trying to get me? Come on, man. Yeah, this is common, the stuff they say. And don't never nobody talk about no divisive talk or we need to unify or no, people just sit back and snigger because that's how they really feel. They don't want to unify with us. They want to wear us. They want to be able to grab this identity and benefit from the ambiguity of everybody being black. They want to benefit from that shit because that's the only unity they've ever really known. If we're not here to do that, look what happens when black folks don't get involved. It fuck up white society and the whole diaspora. We just fall back. These niggas start fighting with each other. The Africans are roasting each other right now. All it took, look, I Show Speed from Ohio. Just a nigga from Ohio that got game. Right? Now, he went to Africa, and I got to keep it real. Portions of it were beautiful. Portions of it were beautiful. When he went to Ghana and he had all those women, I've been watching those women. They have commercials. They have the spa and they do the cocoa butters, like the shea butter, excuse me. They actually make the shea butter raw and stuff like that. I've seen them do their commercials on Phil Scott's show before. It's actually like a dope presentation. It make shit like that make Africa look dope, right? Like how they make Ghana look dope. And he went over there, was getting rubbed down by all them pretty African women and shit like that. So he went to Algeria or something first. That's where them Arabs was at. They was treating him dirty at the soccer game. And I liked the narrative to where he went to the black Africa and they was treating him good everywhere. Like that shit was dope. And we don't hate them niggas. It was, oh, that shit's filthy. You know what I'm saying? Like he went to Ghana, they was rubbing him down to pretty women. Then he went to another African country and they had him out there doing the little African dances and shit like that in the tribal outfits and shit. He went to another spot. They had him, I swear, I think he was wrestling like an animal or he knocked a nigga out in like one of their tribal tournaments, like it was the Black Panther movie. And then they had him, I think he was racing an animal or doing something, like he was embracing all of it in all the different African countries, right? It was beautiful. It was cool. Then he went to Nigeria. And he went to Nairobi first, or Malawi or something first, and the Nigerians was clowning him. He went to Nigeria, and Nigeria was just broke and dusty, and all them niggas, I guess over there they beg you, and how they beg, they say, I beg, I beg. That's how they say please. They just a bunch of dusty, musty niggas begging them for money, and it was uncomfortable. You can tell he wanted to leave, and all the other Africans was like, damn, man, he messed up the narrative, man, because it was making Africa look dope for a minute. And they were like, Niger, and everybody on the continent said the same thing. They were like, see, you could have just left Nigeria out. And everybody was realizing Nigeria is the problem. Delineation's not a bad thing, right? No one's got to kill anybody, but sometimes delineation helps you identify the problems. And these people have never had a problem with delineation on their terms. We've always joked about how, when they get their doctorate degree, they're Nigerian, they're Haitian, they're Jamaican. When they get caught beating their wife and going to jail, all of a sudden it's just a black man in America, to imply it's a black American. No. You're going to be Nigerian the whole way. You're going to be Jamaican the whole way. You're going to be Haitian the whole damn way, all the way out. Bumba clock, right? You're going to be the Jamaican nigga. You're going to be the Haitian nigga forever. They like that ambiguity. They love delineating on their terms. They love delineating on their terms. When they can throw a quip or insult out, but then you shoot them back at something, and you're xenophobic. They love delineating on there. They love having their special little Caribbean Day parades and shit. We don't ever say anything. They get mad when we get involved in it, right? Oh, just black America. Oh, but let a white man come out there and do his little off-rhythm dances with you, and you be out there, you know what I'm saying? Kikiing and ha-ha and shaking your little ass on them, and because that's what those parades were traditionally for. They were for dances for white people. White people found them funny. So they'd come out there and make you do all those things while the pirates would get drunk and, buy the women. There's a lot of coonery in these cultures. We don't never really talk about, because a lot of Pan-Africans told us to worship the Africanness of these niggas. These niggas is real African. Like they was magical beings and shit. These people ain't shit. They're just regular ass people, and a lot of them are coons. Their coonery has a little different flavor to it. It's got a sweeter island flavor. I'm not out here to be strumming a coon with my fingers. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not killing anybody softly. We are banging out here when we see bullshit like that. And the first thing you do is you look and see who's all agreeing with them. That Jessica Wu girl, or whatever her name was, she got out of pocket with that shit. You be noticing the black Americans be caught off guard because they're not really trying to be whoop-de-woo like that, because it's like hitting your little brother or little sister. Like, you got that big bro strength. And he's probably feeling himself a little bit, bro, but you really put hands on this nigga. Like, not even physically. Like, we say some little things that get y'all triggered. We say shit get y'all triggered because we just keeping it real with you. Like, don't you ever forget. Like, you coming out talking about dirty black Americans, nigga, you eat dirt. You got dirt cakes. You got dirt pate. Dirt tout la front. You know what I'm saying? Y'all probably got little fancy names for it and shit. It just be dirt. Y'all be waiting for it to rain. They be get mud. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Don't come at us like that. And we be out there, all them, like, how dare you niggas? All them donations we gave to you. See, niggas got mad. See, here's the thing. All this coonery and tetherism is really rooted in cowardice and shame. All of it's rooted in, all this cooning and tetherism is really rooted in cowardice and shame, disguised as jingoistic cultural pride and shit, right? You mad at black Americans and calling dirty black Americans, but some white Americans and some white folks came and smoked your motherfucking president, and you ain't do shit, nigga. You ain't do shit. You ain't got shit to say about that. Them white Americans was out here swooping you niggas up and saying that y'all ate their cats and shit and ate their dogs. And you know white folks don't play about their motherfucking dogs. They came and packed y'all up, pack you out here, pack you up, right? You ain't had nothing to say about them white folks. You dirty white, no, you ain't had shit to say. The Jamaican lady, you making videos about sacrificing black American tourists that come on their land And you Yankee come on my land. Well, when the real Yankee, when that actual white person come on your land, you ain't doing shit but braiding that bitch's hair. One love, one love. You happy when the white man show up and buy the nigga that's really buying up all your land and stealing all your resources, all your Blue Mountain coffee cherry berries. The white man own all that, just ganking you for everything. You ain't doing shit. The white man ganking you so hard off in Jamaica, the Chinese man's coming and ganking you off. They switching off. They got Chinese niggas with Jamaican accents out there, being more industrial and productive than you in your own country, in your face every day. You don't never see a black American. You got to ask, how do these people get over here? These people be coons. Who's that guy who, unfortunately, I'm not saying he deserved to get killed. He got killed by Amber Geiger. I can't remember his. There's so many of us get killed by the police. I can't remember his name. Killed by Amber Geiger. Hold on, I'm gonna have to pause this and get his name. I don't want to do him like that. Botham Jean. Rest in peace, Botham Jean. He's the one that the police officer broke into his house, thought he broke into her house, and immediately killed him, allegedly. Right? Horrible, tragic death, horrible accident. Well, if it was an accident. And also shout out to Phil Scott, because Phil Scott's show is the one that got the interview. Yeah, it wasn't no damn accident. She did some weird shit. Phil Scott's show is the one that caught that and interviewed somebody that lived in the apartments. And that was the turn of the case. Again, shout out to Phil Scott, the Black Walter Cronkite. I always give him his props. Their brother sharp. Anyway, yeah. When that case was over, I'm not even talking about the fact that the mother and I think the sister and definitely the brother was out there hugging Amber Geiger. The damn judge hugging Amber Geiger, and that cop was hugging all the black folks was hugging them, and ooh, he's gonna misuse, and you was kind, and you was nice, and you was smart, and just cooning up big time, right? Remember what the mother said to Black America after we did all that fight. Like I just said, Phil Scott literally brought the entire diaspora on the planet on that story for Botham Jean. Botham Jean wasn't no Black American, wasn't no FBA, wasn't no ADOS. He was just a black dude, and Black Americans went to work, broke that case down forensically. Black Americans got on that ass and forced them to get a conviction. It was Black Americans in the whole courtroom, forced that conviction. Fought on the front line, all on social media. Them white folks was really trying to get her off. You know how hard white men are going to fight for a random white woman who killed a nigga? They was trying to, no, man, how come he didn't identify him? So we was fighting and battling tooth and nail, tooth and claw. And when we had achieved that victory as a united black people, like y'all say y'all want so much, remember what Botham Jean's mother said. She didn't say, thank you guys for helping us get justice. This is a sad time for us. Boom, boom. She didn't say none of that shit. She said, because she was an ambassador. Remember what I said about this Haitian girl? How'd you get over here like that? Wherever Botham Jean was from, his mother was an ambassador over there to the United States. And she said, there was no thank you, there was no camaraderie. She said, there's two Black Americans. This is the only thing she specifically said to us. Because she was thanking them white folks. She said, to the black people here, I'm going back home to where I'm from, to where I don't got to deal with this no more. But you still got to deal with this. And she didn't say it in no camaraderie way, like, hey, man, I see you guys still got to go through. She was just like, sucks to be you niggas, and dipped. They do not fuck with us on any kind of level. So if they don't, what do you think they mean when they say unity? These niggas just want to drive your car. These niggas just want to be you. They want to wear your clothes. They want to rock you when it's convenient. Now, this is an off-schedule show. I'm about to get back to it. Man, I'm kicking with my family. But I just wanted to jump on that. I saw that. I thought it was real interesting. Look at the people. Look at the reaction. Look at the Haitians. Look at the immigrants. And most importantly, look at all the Pan-African, Democratic, unity blacks, all that shit. They always got an opinion on what Black Americans should do. Look at how quiet it is on the reaction to this. Signing off.